I'm here. Let's get started. We left off in the middle of the trial, at the beginning of a recess. So, let's go. Oh yeah, and my Phoenix voice for this one is just my normal voice, but my nose plugged like this because he has a cold. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy? You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first... Here, let me try and get a better angle. Okay. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Oh no. Why are you meeting women in courthouses, Phoenix? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. Isn't he like an art major though? What is... yeah, he's an art student. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. I don't know, ladies holding a parasol inside. As soon as I set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. The fuck? She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Okay. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but... Here. Yeah, but she is so shy. Every time I see her, she's always saying the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl for asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping. Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? But murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, correct? Am I correct? What's it say? Murder in the courthouse? Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Okay. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I should have just waited to do this. Alright, we're continuing. I thought, I don't know. I just didn't like the clown one, the circus one. The rest of them were pretty good. Just the clown one was really frustrating to sit through. Alright. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh. What's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must Judge, I'm gonna climb up onto your podium, grab your gavel, and knock some common sense into you. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Let's see, did I like games 1 or 2? I liked game 1 more than 2, I think. But I did like the new what I did like was the new characters that were added in 2. But I feel like the stories weren't that great. But like the character's story, you know, which is kind of funny. But at least they can use the characters for something else, which I'm sure they're going to do for this game as well. I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness. Could you please state your full name?
Let's see, what voice should I use for her? I'll just try to use like a cutesy voice. Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Oh, here.
Thank you for calming my nerves.
Wait, no, that's Maya. That's not Dahlia, that's Maya.
You're all so nice.
I almost feel right at home. There we go.
Yeah, not at all.
It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name's Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to— Oh, hello, thank you. Yes, I do need to hydrate. Got my water bottle. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine. Hello. Well, we know... Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of that. Oh, yes, thank you. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Alright, Mia. Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind. Alright, weirdos. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Where am I from? I am from Texas. Howdy. Oh, Feenie wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes, yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Alright. Sort of. It's a hobby, I guess. Whenever I do games that require a lot of reading, I like to pretend to be the voice as much as I can. Of course, I have some limitations when it comes to male voices, but yeah. I just turn it big down low like this, and that's it. It's not without practicing. Yeah, no, I had a lot of practice with the Danganronpa games. That's kind of when I first started doing that. They're very long games. Okay. I had been planning to go back to Feenie's place after class was over. Feenie and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Maybe he was teaching him how to Dougie. Oh, thank you. Oh, then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feenie noticed I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. Alright, Dahlia. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. What do you do? I do a lot of writing. Probably not as much as I should, but screenwriting mostly, like with movies and TV shows and stuff. But nothing besides one-act plays that have been reproduced.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth.
Yeah.
Please tell us the truth.
But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Nice. Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Teehee. You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey. Oh, they know each other? Already? How would they know each other?
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yeah, well, I've never been paid for stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've had one-act plays produced during undergrad, but nothing like fancy. Although my original play, one-act play, got a $7 profit, and that was after paying for all of like props and stuff and food. So we made a $7 profit after all of that. And I only charged $2 a ticket for students and $5 for non-students and non-teachers and non-children. Let's see.
Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Faye, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Faye.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Oh, man. You ain't gonna be. Do I have a website? Well, I have a YouTube channel. I'll link that, I guess. I'll link my one-act play video if I can find it. Oh. Let me pull up YouTube, search it real quick. Yeah, it's the only one-act play that got recorded. Lost in... Okay. Copy. Okay. So there it is. Okay, what I witnessed. Okay, now I can press everything. And also on that channel I post old VODs. So, now, unless I'm mistaken, Feenie, Mr. Phoenix Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryo poetry.
I don't know, man. I've never studied Japanese poetry, personally. Yeah. Like, oh ho, how wonderful. Isn't that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. Oh, Mia. Mia has no patience for poetry, apparently.
For me to get to the art department, I'd have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I went to enter the courthouse... Yeah, I do. I think the most recent guide I posted was how to get star fragments really easily in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, almost guaranteed to get things to pop up, so it's kind of nice. But here I have to read what this man fucking said again. When I went into the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? Yeah, Mia has had enough. Yeah, that's true. I don't have the money for that, though. That's more of a VOD storage system. Okay. Alright, so, who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
Yeah, I know. I just have no talent for graphic design or just 2D art in general. So, I just kind of slap things up there.
So, what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. Oh, God. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Oh, good lord. No, like my main issue is finances. Like I don't make enough money for this to invest more at the moment, at least. Alright, why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? Then suddenly... Oh yeah, I already read that. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feenie never did a thing to Dougie. No, I'm gonna pass for now. Cause, yeah, I'm not making much of an income right now, so I can't really justify for trying to hire other people. Yeah, I know, I appreciate that, but I'm okay. Don't worry about it. So, I was watching the whole time. Feenie never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I know the judge will get angry with me. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. I suppose your statement works in our favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary. Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony. Yeah, I know. I'm still at the point where I'm having to edit all of the stuff, re-edit everything before I post it up anywhere. That's when Feenie noticed I was there. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. But please forgive me. You don't remember? Someone died in front of you and you don't remember. Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me. Alright. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes. Okay. They're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. Yeah. I gotcha. Please try to stay on topic, Miss Hawthorne. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what goes. I'm gonna press for more. Well, actually, I'm gonna save. Okay. I'm gonna press for more details on this one. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked. Yes, well, any would have been, my dear. Oh my god, Judge. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. She's like, yes, that's it. Okay, now proving it. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. I've been planning to go. Okay. So, what was the one that I could have pressed on but I didn't? Okay. Okay, it wants me to show a contradiction here. Okay, I'm saving. What would it be, though? Hold on. I want to read what she said again. Suddenly Ducky got all wobbly and just collapsed. Yeah, my Instagram's the same as my Twitch channel. Okay, we got Cold Killer X. We got... There was a loud sound. Okay, so it wants me to press here. Okay. Other words, you never touch the victim. Okay, yeah, okay. That's, I need to present that Phoenix touched. Oh, thanks for the subscription. For the Prime. I appreciate that. Alright, I think we need to put in Phoenix's testimony, right? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna show contradiction. Oh, feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot about this man. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. What? Fishing expedition? That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. Yeah, the defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's jacket. Leather jacket. Yeah, I didn't know leather jackets hold fingerprints very well, so be careful. Be careful if somebody is wearing a leather jacket and you just so happen to feel compelled to, I don't know, delusions of grandeur. Essentially, just don't. It's already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? Were you not paying attention? Leather gloves? I guess that would then block the fingerprints, right? But then you could tell who the person was wearing it, but I don't even know how you'd take a fingerprint sample from the inside of a glove. That sounds crazy to me. There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. Hold on. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. I have a public profile, so it's fine. It looks like we're finally getting somewhere. I'm just busy here at the moment. Actually, I didn't see. So you didn't see it? Did you just drop your little parasol over your face at the time? I don't know. Well, when I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only 2 of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow? Yes, that's right. Didn't look like they were fighting. I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? Alright, have a good one. I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon chat. Are you sure? Didn't Phoenix say he was shouting? Oh, give me a break. Breaking off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. You wouldn't pay attention if your boyfriend and your ex-boyfriend suddenly started talking and it was like a serious conversation, especially from the ex-boyfriend's side. Being like, hey, this girl's bad news. You should stay away. And then Phoenix being a lovesick dumbass. But mind you, he's also an art student, which makes sense. But he is like, no. And he can't believe it because he just sees her as this little Bambi figure. I know Bambi's a boy, but you know. Apparently Bambi is a nickname for Amber. That's how you get that name, apparently. Or at least nickname. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Shut up. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Oh, here, I gotta be right back. Just give me just a minute. Alright, I've returned. Sorry about that. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. Did I already press this one? So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on? Okay, we're pressing. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was just so okay, I already read this part. Super obvious lie. Okay, I'm planning to go back to Feenie's place. Okay, it's the last one, I think is the... I didn't hear anything. Well, okay. I think this is the one. Because it was apparently a loud sound when he fell. So there's a loud sound. Objection! There we go. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. Alright, crazy lady. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Yeah. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening. Lady. That means you still heard something. She still heard something, technically. I had my headphones on. I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. That's a good short story. I think it's the sound of thunder. I think that's the one with the dinosaurs and the butterfly effect. Where you can only kill the dinosaur that's like right about to die or something. And you can't take it, you just gotta take pictures and leave it. But then somebody steps off the path. And all of a sudden language is completely different. So I put on my headphones on to block it out. Hee 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 hee. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. She didn't hear anything. She was listening to music. There was lightning. Here, let's save. Okay, what? She didn't hear anything. She was listening to music. There was lightning. I think the lightning, honestly. Because didn't he have like a cheap... Yeah, he had a really shitty umbrella. It was like vinyl. Vinyl and aluminum. I want to say lightning. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. The paid voice, yes. Because his objection is like, objection! I'm like, oh my god. Every time. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes. What about it? Well, oh, no, that's not, Judge. Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now is not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Yeah, if you have a shitty umbrella, you shouldn't be out in a thunderstorm. So, just what kind of thoughts... I love how Phoenix and Mia are on the same page about trashing the judge. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Oh shit. It appears the defense may be on to something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't. Hee. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. And who is this affidavit from? Why don't we have that affidavit, fucker? I'm angry now. The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. Why is this a surprise? All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future. Not near enough. I see. So couldn't the university be sued for negligence? Like, that kid's family can give bank if they can prove it was negligence on the university's part. So apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump could have caused them to break. Well, fuck. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been. Then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor. What? Yeah, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
Who or what? It would have to be the umbrella, right? Hold on. It would have to be the umbrella. Okay. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor. How could it be anything else?
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna save right here. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, give me one more chance. Here, let's save here.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
I'm gonna assume it's this guy. This is it. No. Never mind. Okay, let's try Phoenix. Phoenix. Okay, finally. Okay, Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right.
Wait.
Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. Objection! I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Look at this photograph. Take a good look where this victim landed after being shoved and makes me laugh. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right.
The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. Got the... Oh, her part's on the other side. Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Ooh. There's only one other girl. Order in the court. The lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way to the defendant. She cut him off. I didn't press A for that. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge. Lady. Of course, it's all right. Just go ahead and give your new testimony. Okay. Oops. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. What Eyewitness Part 2. The truth is, Feenie pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feenie caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all happened in less than a minute. What the fuck? So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that's when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm sorry, Feenie, but I just have to tell them the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Good God. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feenie. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I'm not reading that. Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did was perjury. Oh, come now. It was just a little white lie. A white lie that's called perjury. We'll forget it this time, but please, be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho ho ho. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Okay. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? But you were just saying you didn't see fuck all. I know he doesn't look it, but Feenie can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. What the hell? Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feenie really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Okay, so let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold? Can't you even tell us what fucking song you were listening to? Miss Faye, I will ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all. What the fuck? That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? Okay. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? No, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? Bitch. Then there should be like a face print or something. I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feenie wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Okay. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lies, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Truth is, Feenie pushed him twice. First time was an electrical bolt, then Dougie tried to run away from him. That guy crashed him from behind, the guy was snapped, got electrocuted. I feel like time... It's a little after 3. You're right, because this is... Well, that's after 3. 2:55. That's 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes, right? Are we going to agree that's 10 minutes and not less than a minute? I'm going to save just in case. Okay.
Objection!
Is that it? Is that it? That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Look at this photograph. Oh, the medicine. Every time it makes me laugh. That's the one Feenie likes to take for his cold. Okay. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes. And your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m.
Yarg! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court. Oh,
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Objection!
even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you'll be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Who is the real killer? Oh, then it's Dahlia. It could have only been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you?
The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Faye. What? I mean, why? Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. And that's all you do. Oh. Oh, was that a phoenix? That was a phoenix. Hold it. Oh. Yeah, my sick phoenix voice is just my voice with my nose plugged.
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. Achoo.
You. What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record.
What the? Are you daft?
You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Achoo. Leave my Dolly alone. Ugh.
Can somebody get that man to an urgent care? Oh, Lord. Who's that boy? That boy. Oh, he's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Oh, thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to it details how you came to lose your boyfriend. What? Did she have a boyfriend who died? Duh. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria, date time, August 27th, 4 p.m. Diego Armando, suspect Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh shit. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh shit, that's crazy. Now then, the victim has... nope, not the victim. The defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor.
May I interrupt you for a moment? Just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor.
Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand.
Oh, she's putting on the waterworks.
Go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you should let me handle this.
She is crying some more.
Sorry, but please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feenie. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe that the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection!
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact... Okay, I need to figure out how to read this. Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then, the court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. I first met my darling Feenie 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Wait, is that Phoenix? Oh.
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally people say. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Okay. Okay, so until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Besides that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. Okay. Okay. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feenie was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case. I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully.
Yeah, poor Feenie.
Okay, keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. Come to the courthouse for a research paper. You're writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between... What? On the relationship between modern Shenru poetry and the criminal underworld. Ho ho ho. That sounds like a fascinating... How do those connect at all? Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff. Again with the midlife crisis stuff? Mia, why did that girl really come into this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. Let's skip the beat. Since a fateful day. Oh, crap. I skipped some things. Did that. Research paper. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feenie is handsome. I don't know what kind of flex she thinks that is, but if you're more attracted to an immature guy compared to like an older woman, that's not the flex she thinks it is. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne. As to the rest of the planet, he is a dime a dozen.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If we were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
This man is married? He's telling the truth. It was true. It was truly, truly shocking. That reminds me, I don't know if anyone's seen Parks and Recreation, but Jerry and his family, his wife and his, I think three or four beautiful daughters, like models, the whole family except for him. Oh God. Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. The fuck? That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feenie. The fuck? Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh. Are you sure? Yes. It seems like that they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her? Yeah, we're pressing further. So are you saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see. What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife. No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of his hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. Okay. I'm gonna save right here. So you were here for a fucking... What day? Yeah.
Objection!
There we go. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? Ooh. Well, what is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? I bet you. Was the poison kept in this little bottle? And she gave it to Phoenix right after she used it. Oh my god. This case just blew right open. On the day they met, which was the same day that the guy got poisoned. Oh, the name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Like, I feel like all these people getting dragged into, like, usually... I don't know, man. Like, why continue digging yourself down this hole if people think you're this innocent? This is unbelievable. It's true, then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn. Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it. Oops. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I am under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Ooh, you really lit a What is with this man and his hemorrhoids, man? He needs to go see a doctor. Ooh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed. God, man. My spirit or my hemorrhoids? Like, okay, coming from someone who has also had issues with anal bleeding, it's not fun. It's really scary. But mine wasn't hemorrhoids. Mine was literally my white blood cells eating the inside of my large intestine and just losing blood that way. So, you know, kindred spirits, I guess. Somehow. Although, where's knocking on wood? I've never had hemorrhoids, and I plan to keep it that way. I've already had 3 kidney stones. I feel like that's enough. that is enough. People ask me like, oh, like when are you gonna have kids? Are you gonna have any kids? I'm like, I had 3 kidney stones. That equals 1 child, I think. So yeah, that's it. That's enough. I don't know, man. It's the sort of pain that you can never prepare for. Like muscle pain is different from like tendon and bone pain, or like even like skin pain, like getting blood drawn. Like you can kind of get used to that, but like if it's happening a lot, like say you're in the hospital and you have to get blood drawn every morning, that gets to be a bit much. Whatever. Alright, Dolly, what the fuck did you do? I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent.
Didn't you just say you had...
She just said these people are fond of their drugs. This bitch is stupid. Didn't she just say, oh, they're so fond of their drugs? Fucking what? Okay. So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha, Mia. You're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. Oh, Lord. Something in the cafeteria that day. Let me see for just a moment. That's what happened. Okay, special kind of poison. Bitch. How? You can get it from Doug, right?
Objection!
There we go. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology! His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have attained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table, you.
No!
Order. Could it be?
That's nothing but a baseless accusation.
May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Yeah, right there. Why the fuck would you bring it up? Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me with that. Provide some evidence, we'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? It's right fucking here. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. Well, what? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very day as the poisoning incident. Right? Like she is using her feminine wiles. I was gonna say like girl power, but like no, that's not quite it. But she's using the fact that she knows what she looks like, which I am guilty of doing that myself as a woman, just being like, hey, I can be cute and friendly and nice, and if you give me something, exactly. Like I've gotten many a free dinner. you know, like, just like, hey, oh no, I guess we're out here together. I have my wallet with me, but I don't have to. You know, like, yeah. Being a girl does have its perks when it comes to money, but also it wasn't until like what the 70s, 60s, 70s that we could get our own bank account. So I don't know. So under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present, all for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Oh, hello. Thank you for the raid. We're getting to the good part. Order in the court.
Objection!
Phoenix. Oh, here's my Phoenix voice, which is my voice but with my nose plugged because he has a cold.
On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Yeah, because the protagonist always just gets my voice. So in that case, this is Mia. It's usually Phoenix. But I was like, let's try to tell them apart somehow. Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Oh, wait.
Because I'm madly in love with her. Okay, Phoenix.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you? Oh, what? Would want to date you anyway?
Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me, too.
Madly delusional. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because she's madly in love with you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow. Because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck.
My necklace?
Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Wait, how old is Phoenix in this case? He's 20. He's a baby. Phoenix is a baby child, still an undergrad.
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back.
You're lying.
But you never gave it back to her.
And to make things
And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she...
I don't believe you. No, that's a lie.
Oh, okay. Phoenix. Yeah, you're right. The defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry after him. Did he just fucking bolt? and leave? Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. Did he, like, charge at her? That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Jesus Christ. Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. I don't blame him. I do not blame Phoenix at all. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace?
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
It's okay, just give back the necklace. You did what?
I ate it.
You what? You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to
How did he do it that quickly? That was like a minute.
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
So then he's gonna get poisoned from the inside. Ugh. What? What is he doing now? Does his stomach fucking hurt now that he ate glass? Or plastic? Your Honor, we've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. Maybe it did? How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust... That's a poor choice. I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I could state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Ugh. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicious surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the oh. Hold it. Mr. Wright.
I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
There's something I forgot to tell you. What?
What is it?
That day. The day I met Doug Swallow.
That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Oh, shit. Poison? Poison! The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous.
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look.
And she was there.
Oh, and she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She is innocent.
Well, it's gonna be. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? You put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony. Then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone.
Miss Faye.
If you're so certain of your theory, let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Dahlia planning to kill? I feel like it would have been Phoenix if this is a question being brought up. Would it be to get the necklace back? There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Me?
That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice.
I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go as far to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No, it can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. There was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true.
Poor Phoenix. Feenie, what a joke you are.
Oh, bitch. She does the...
The only thing you can do if you have straight hair. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man. Are you senile or something? Why didn't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Bitch. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray.
Bitch. How old is she? How old is Mia?
She's 20. So I'm assuming Mia's like 25. What the fuck?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
Okay, let's save them. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly.
stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there's already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? You were unable to establish her guilt. Then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably already in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Wasn't the Cold Killer X, right? Because wouldn't if she wanted to poison him, that would have been the easiest way to have given it to him, put it in his cold medicine. Because he has a cold. And here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X? Mr. Wright's beloved cold medicine.
He. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony?
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the incident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us.
She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
Did he take it after he fell down? I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone else she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. Yet someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Ooh. Oh, come now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. Come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Oh, Mia. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. Jesus Christ. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I am certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Yes. I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Jesus Christ. I'm kind of disappointed she didn't freak out more than she did. Whew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust this witness, or trust the witness with Hawthorne with my very life. So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, well, yes. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yeah, my hair's flying off. No. That's how he lost his hair? Oh my god. Mia made him lose his hair. No wonder he hates Phoenix so much. Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Oh my god, he aged like 20 years right in front of us. Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest. Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. don't lie. Just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter.
It appears that Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true, my dear Dolly. Aw, Phoenix.
Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Woo! This court is adjourned. April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were... Sir, you need to see a doctor. I know, right? I kind of like that it's a flashback. And I think this is Mia's second trial, in that her first one didn't go so well. So, I think that's kind of cute. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Mr. Grossberg, do you maybe think you could stop talking about them? Yeah. That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations.
Thanks. I was thinking...
Go on.
The dolly I saw there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the dolly I know could have never said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
An imposter? Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Are you sure?
Eek, what kind of company does this guy keep? Honestly, if his only friend is Larry.
Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. And I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court.
Aww. Okay, now I can do a normal Phoenix voice. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and I managed to save my friend. But Mia had passed on to a better place. Well, for me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Turnabout Memories. Episode 1 is done, and we're going to end things off here. The Stolen Turnabout. I know a little bit about this guy, and when I say a little bit, I only know that his name is Godot. Maybe they have to wait for him. That's the only other place where I know the name Godot, is the play Waiting for Godot, in which the play is about waiting. I guess that's all of life, isn't it? So we'll continue to wait some more as I end things off here, like I always do, by saying, yeah, I believe it. He's like the coffee guy, right? Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good luck, good riddance, and stay safe. And of course, save twice for good luck. And I will wish my youngest brother a happy birthday. I think he turned 29 today, 'cause yeah, that's how time works. Well, see ya.